Day 3 and day 4 combined of our unscripted week coming up. I decided to combine day 3 and day 4 of our unscripted week because day 3 was a drive day. I was on the same load the entire time. It was a 926 mile load. I had to look up on my window. That's where I actually write them. Dry erase markers work great on your window. It's a side note there. Anyway, I left Richfield, Wisconsin, and the first day I drove through the construction zone known as Illinois, then drove through the construction zone known as Indiana, then drove into the construction zone known as Ohio before shutting down at the very end of Ohio to spend the night. And then the next day, I drove on to get to Westminster, Maryland, where I made the first delivery, and then I went to the second delivery, which was in Paradise, Pennsylvania. That's some serious Amish country. The address that dispatch had given me turned out not to be the delivery address. And this was pretty obvious when I drove into town, small town, and was looking for the place. I said, oh, look, there's the place right there. It's Purina sign, everything. It looked like the place. It didn't take but a second to figure out there was no way on this earth that my 75 feet of truck was going to fit in one of these docks. Fortunately, this happens all the time with Millis drivers. So they came out and gave me an already printed off direction. The directions were very simple to follow. Gave some great landmarks like the windmill that I was going to pass, the cornfield that I was going to pass, and I was going to turn right after the White House, after the cornfields. Nothing like that. I wonder if they give that direction out when the corn's not planted. Kind of interesting. Anyway, I made the turn. My instructions said that I was going to continue down and leave the paved road. Nothing good comes when you leave the paved road. And I'm supposed to continue around to the very back. Now keep in mind, this is sped up to 4 times the speed because I was certainly not driving at this speed as I went down through here. This is definitely considered a rural delivery. I was seriously concerned that there would not be turnaround space and I would be backing back out of here. But surprisingly, there's a lot of turnaround space when you get down in here. Certainly someone's modern. This is definitely a modern farm. Look at this solar array they've got over here to generate electricity. There's a great big turnaround right there, and I made sure to carefully make my turn so that I don't bend a cab extender. Don't want to be on that MU report. Then I confirmed that I was indeed at the right place, and he proceeded to unload me with a pallet jack. When you're in a hurry because you've got another location you've got to get to before they close, and they come to the truck with a pallet jack, just go ahead and plan on grabbing another pallet jack and helping them out, because you got to do what you got to do to get this thing done. The next delivery, another small rural town, had a few twists in it as well. After watching out carefully for all the Amish buggies of Lancaster and Paradise, I managed to get to the road that I was supposed to turn on, only to find it had a 12-foot bridge, which was not mentioned in the Qualcomm GPS or my Garmin GPS. And it's not like this bridge just became 12 foot overnight. So it always tells you to be careful and make sure that you look carefully because you could see a surprise. And no, that truck was not 13.6 going under that bridge. Adding the 2-day 926-mile run gives us a total of 2137 thus far this week. The week is not over until Monday at midnight. On day 3, I had 9 hours and 58 minutes of driving time, and I had 47 minutes of on-duty not driving time. The non-driving on-duty time was the pre-trip, the post-trip, and a fueling. I got 551 miles. I would have got a lot more, but all those orange barrels that somebody got on sale. Day 4 had 9 hours, 33 minutes of driving time, 1 hour and 10 minutes of on-duty, not drive time. I only had 439 miles this particular day. Tomorrow I'm picking up a load in Baltimore. Problem is the load in Baltimore picks up at 1500. I'm actually ready to roll a lot earlier than that, but I have to wait. So that will kill some of my clock, but that's okay. These things happen. It does keep me moving. And I'll be going to Trenton, that black hole we call Trenton. Will I get out of Trenton? Will I get stuck there? Guess you'll just have to tune in and see.